the vast majority of people are really giving up on the political system. Ordinary people are hurting. They're working longer hours for low wages. They know we're the only major country on earth doesn't have a national health care program. They look at Washington and you say, hey, what's going on in Washington? These guys are representing the billionaire class. What about us? Why should I come out and vote? And what the Republicans also did very, very effectively is disguise what their agenda is. What is their agenda? It's easy to beat up on Obama. What are they going to do when they come into office?
No contract for America, no pledge to America. They ran a referendum campaign, a traditional midterm campaign in the president's second term.
It was a simple message for a simple people. Screw Obama. And it worked because none of the Democrats came out for Obama. The Huffington Post studied this. There was, I think, a bunch of debates, 125 debates they studied, 500 references to Obama. From Democrats, only 7 were positive. Democrats suck. They really do. I don't blame you for being an independent, Bernie. I really don't.
But every time a party loses an election big, Republicans, we've gone through this during the last 2 presidential years. These elections are kind of like those ink blot tests, right? You look at it and you can see what you want to see about what your party needs to do to move forward. For Republicans, every time we lose, there's this big internal fight. Did we lose because we were too conservative, we only appealed to a small group of voters, or did we lose because we didn't stick to our principles enough and we picked some wishy-washy moderate? We have this fight all the time. It's fascinating to watch it happen on the other side, but I think a lot of Republicans would disagree that they would have done worse had the other side talked more positively.
You're a strategist, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just imagine that you're working on the other side. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was it really that hard of a record for Democrats to run on? I mean, I saw the news today. Unemployment is now down to 5.8%. It was 10.2 when he first took office. 200,000 jobs for 9 months in a row. We haven't had a streak like that since '95. Gas prices are down. The stock market is at record highs. Just tell me, honestly, if you were on the other side, this isn't that hard a record to run on, right?
What matters is how voters are feeling about their own economic situation, and they are not feeling good about it. So if you've got a lot of money in the stock market, you're probably feeling great. But if you're kind of middle-class wages, if you're a working-class white guy, frankly, you're not feeling that great Obama economy.
That's true, but that's a trend that's been going on 40 years, for the last 40 years, and in fact, we're much better off economically than we were 6 years ago. But here's the interesting point. You talk about Republican principles. The Republicans forgot to tell the American people what their principles are. So let me make a prediction.
But it didn't matter.
That's right. So Bill, let me make a prediction, and a year from now, invite me back, we'll see if I'm right or wrong. This is exactly what they will do. The American people want to expand Social Security. What the Republicans will do is attempt to cut Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and give huge tax breaks to the wealthy and large corporations. They will do exactly what the American people do not want them to do. You talked about raising the minimum wage.
Right.
They don't believe in that. They want to do away with the concept of the minimum wage so people will work for $5 or $4 an hour.
They may want to do that, but we still have divided government. You have a Republican House and a Republican Senate, and it's going to be incremental. Look what McConnell and Boehner are talking about this week. They're talking maybe about tax reform, trade agreements, the Keystone Pipeline. There's not any grand ambition right now within the Republican Party because they know the president will veto whatever they throw up there in Pennsylvania Avenue.
But they will make the effort. And that is, when you talk about Republican principles, the Republican principles are to make the very richest people in this country even richer at the expense of the middle class and working families.
But here's, I mentioned...